Lewis and Ground Zero on FM News 101.
This is not a test. It is the future. Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis.
Sparked the whole show tonight about Obama lying on the Tonight Show. And we shouldn't be surprised that politicians lie. I mean, it happens all the time. But he's not even trying to make it, a palatable lie at all. I mean, it's like, it's like a guy who comes in after cheating on his wife, lipstick on his lips, and not even taking a shower, and slips into bed and says to his wife, "I'm not cheating on you, now go to sleep." It's the same thing. There is no spying programs in the United States, but we have one click away from finding out what you're doing. One click away. And Americans just go, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay, whatever. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" It's just, I don't know. I don't understand how we can not be outraged. Leslie in San Diego, California, you're on Ground Zero.
Yes, hi, Clyde. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Listen, I called a little while, about a week or two ago when you were doing the broadcast concerning the Trayvon Martin and the George Zimmerman. And so that's I forgot to mention at that time that I was glad that you're feeling better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, I wanted to call tonight because of the subject matter that you're covering. There's an article online that the listeners can go to if they feel inclined to do so. That's titled, I believe, the ACLU and the industrial complex, concerning about how the ACLU has discovered that the American government is using businesses to surveil Americans. And it brings me back to those days of East Germany.
Oh, yeah. Well, not only businesses, but pharmacies now. I was also reading something about how pharmacies, they score you with the drugs you take. They score you on possible risks, and if you fit into those categories, you're immediately reported to the DEA.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's what's going on, and it just seems to me that there are all sorts of things going on. I mean, I told people that the medical state, the Obama plan is part of the medical surveillance state. It's all about, spying on everything you do, what you eat, what you drink, what drugs you take, who you're having sex with, who you're marrying. I mean, they're controlling everything.
Well, let me ask you a question. Clyde, I think I've heard on a couple of your shows before about how you've talked, I think, about COINTELPRO. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of Americans right now who are trying to do the right thing, by blogs that people write out of concern to get the word out, like being your voice is your weapon of choice.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that might just consider an American who's trying to do the right thing and spread the word.
Yeah.
They might view that blog as being nothing but graffiti with punctuation.
Oh, yeah.
Myself, look, I'm a gang-stalking target. I'm a good woman, and I'm harassed by, I'm not going to say specific places or anything, because I know I'm on the radio show right now, but I can't get no help because of how if you research this crime, practically every target is saying that the government is involved in some way.
Well, you can think the government's involved, or there are people out there that just want to be a pain in your butt. I mean, I got a guy who tweets me every day saying that he believes that he's a monitor of hate speech radio, and he wants to correct me at every moment anything I say about the president. The thing about him is he's nothing more than a smug pseudo-skeptic ass, and I'm sick and tired of him, and I basically called him out on my Facebook page. I've called him out on Twitter, and he continues to persist. And I tell you what, I'm just waiting for the moment where he does something where I'm just going to say, you know what, guy, you want to keep pushing this? I'll push it too. Because, it just seems to me that he has it all figured out, They all have it figured out of what your agenda is, and they know nothing about you.
Well, here's the Clyde thing. The only thing I can say is that I'm glad you're feeling better. Keep up the good work, and I appreciate you letting me call, and I hope that people, you know, when they have the time, if they can investigate what organized stalking and gang stalking is, because there's a lot of Americans right now being targeted.
Oh, I had a friend of mine call me today, tell me that he believes that he's targeted, and I figured it was something that we could talk about eventually. We talk about it all the time on this program, but Leslie, I got to run. I appreciate the call. Take care.
Bye.
888-673